Hi, I'm Emil Salvini, author and historian, and these are Tales of the Jersey Shore. Today, on this blustery day, I'm at the Monmouth Beach Cultural Center in front of what at one time was the United States Life-Saving Station number 4. It's an interesting story in that these stations at one time extended from Sandy Hook every 5 miles all the way down to Cape May Point.
Here is an image of the Monmouth Beach U.S. Life-Saving Station when it was still active and the surfmen were still saving lives along the Jersey coast. The loss of life was horrific, and we can see this ship was doomed in a winter storm. There were over 1,000 documented wrecks off the New Jersey coast well into the 20th century. It is estimated that beginning in the 17th century, thousands more were wrecked off New Jersey before records were kept. Something needed to be done, and it was New Jersey, where the House of Representatives was finally convinced by William A. Newell, a physician, a New Jersey congressman, and eventually governor, to allocate $10,000 in 1848 for life-saving apparatus and buildings that would over the years evolve into the U.S. Life-Saving Service. I'm here today with historian Greg Kelly, who knows more about the Monmouth Beach Life-Saving Station than just about anyone alive.
And it was really an incredible facility manned by incredible men who patrolled the beaches for shipwrecks. Monmouth County in New Jersey in particular, where it was known as the graveyard of the Atlantic. Well, a lot of the ships were wrecked here, and there was no Coast Guard, there was no modern machinery to go out and help them, so men, basically human beings, went out and saved them when ships were wrecked.
While lighthouses dotted the coast, it was the U.S. life-saving stations, their fearless crews, and newly developed equipment that turned the tide. Here we see the proud crew of the Long Beach Island Beach Haven Station. The service attempted to standardize the stations, where a keeper, or the commander, and 6 surfmen lived during storm season, not unlike modern-day firefighters living in their stations today.
The Jersey Shore was so treacherous, it was known as the graveyard of the Atlantic. Thousands of ships were lost over the centuries. And what was frustrating was that most were lost within sight of land. There was no way of saving these people. Once the United States Life-Saving Service was set up and the stations were built, one every 5 miles along the coast, the loss of life was reduced by 75% within a few years.
Their equipment included the Lyle gun. It used black powder to shoot a 17-pound projectile to the stricken vessel. No easy task to hit a ship using a Lyle gun on a dark, stormy night. The teams practiced all the time. Here we see an Ocean City, New Jersey station crew practicing with the Lyle gun, aiming for a dummy mast on the beach. Once a line was attached to the vessel, progressively heavier lines were fed to the ship, and eventually the breeches buoy, named because it looked like a pair of breeches, was used to carry the passengers and crew to safety. Drills were critical, and we see a breeches buoy drill taking place here in Beach Haven, New Jersey.
Over a period of about 5 years, in the late 1800s and early 1900s, there was a shipwreck almost every week, if you can believe it. That's how bad it was. And one day in particular, in February of 1880, these fellows here at the Life-Saving Station had to fight and save 2 wrecks. It was the Augustina and the Babcock. And one happened in the morning and one happened in the evening. These fellows went out and they saved one group, and then they just got back, cleaned up, were resting and having a meal, and they had to go right back out again because of the other one wrecked.
Before the U.S. Coast Guard took over the U.S. Life-Saving Service in 1914-1915, thousands of lives were saved by the crews, the brave storm warriors that inhabited the stations up and down the New Jersey coast.
We're very proud of this facility. As I said, we don't think there's anything like it on the Jersey Shore. The story needs to be told of these heroes of the Jersey Shore. Incredible men, incredible men.
I hope you enjoyed today's story of the untold heroes of the United States Life-Saving Service. This is Emil Salvini. Keep your eye on NJTV for more tales of the Jersey Shore.